Hello viewers, I am at Buckmore Park today for the final rounds of the Club 100 Championship. Soggy. It's going to be very good fun. I've actually wrapped up the championship already. All I have to do is just finish this race basically, and then yeah, all will be well. So we should find some people to try and interview. So, Jack Redfern, the Redfern.
Hi.
How has your season been so far at Club 100?
All right,
Nice.
but it's wet. I don't like wet.
Do you not like the wet?
No.
What is your aim for today?
Hopefully a podium.
Nice.
Shut up, bruv.
Miles, what about you? How's your season been going?
Terrible.
That's pretty peak.
I know. Terrible, guys. So terrible.
Yeah.
You got a penalty every race.
Shut
Yeah,
up,
you
bro.
got every race, by the way.
This guy that means. This guy. This guy is literally doing this. So this could probably a man. Anyways, I'm second in the championship. Pretty good. I'm gonna try and be second. I'm in the wet. I'm actually all right.
Yeah, and it's your home track.
I know. I'm better than you in this track, but somehow you're so lucky.
Yeah.
I'm actually tired of it. Anyways, this is how my season's been going. Yeah. This kid in PFI, man, had the best car you can ever imagine. This guy.
He's just really
This guy
bad at
will
this guy's just really bad at karting. I'm just too good at everything.
What is this? What is that?
What is this? What are the...
At least I'm better than you. Anyways, you have this kid. I think he was first in PFI.
No.
Some NCP.
No.
Yeah, I've been in qualified. What's going on? What's going on? This guy is literally doing this. Yeah. Anyways, you got this guy. He's so weird. So weird.
Oh no, you can't say anything. You can't say anything.
Shut up, bro. Go home. Alright, then you got Jack Redfern, one in the Watermill. And then you got these two. Running like some weird people. Some idiots, yeah? And you got this guy. Very good. Okay, let's go. Yeah.
He's got into
this guy. I did not know who he is. And then you got this guy. Luckiest guy ever. Anyways, and that's me. I'm Miles Harrison. And it took 3 minutes and 46
Worst
seconds.
driver ever.
Shut up.
Look at this. Amazing.
Anyways.
This is tiny.
Yeah, they feel me.
It's a bit soggy.
Can you do a checkup on the
Do you want to do
tires?
the gritty?
No. No.
Sure.
I don't.
Are you gonna do the gritty?
No.
Sure.
I'm not
as dumb as those guys.
I love the gritty and all, but I'm not stupid, yeah? I'm not.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Shut up, bro.
Right.
That is completely...
I think it's time for briefing. Better go for briefing.
So here we are, after that quite an insane roasting battle between literally all the Club 100 Super Cadet drivers as we get lifted up into the air. So yeah, now it's Quali. I forgot really to put the camera on in practice, and it was quite fogged up the camera anyway, so it wouldn't be that good of footage even if I put the camera on. But the camera is looking very clean at the moment, no fogging up or anything, which is quite surprising. So we're going to be going out any second now for qualifying, and I think I've started my engine up, and it's going to be going off. There we are. And we're off for qualifying at Buckmore in the rain, not on slick tyres in the rain. What could possibly go wrong as we go very wide already onto the red, drifting it through there, literally just flinging it left and right. Going up the hill, that red stuff is actually quite grippy. Fling it around here, just go sideways everywhere. Oh, and almost hit the wall on the outside because it kind of spits you back out. Going into the first corner, you have to take a very weird line, almost like a triangle. Hit that new tarmac. Brake quite late, and you kind of drift to the outside, and then you can put your foot down again really early. Try not to hit the red on the outside, that's very slippy. Middle-ish. That was a bit rubbish because I went a bit too far out. Fling it through here. And then launch this curve there. Didn't fully launch at that time, it's the first lap. Fling it through here, through the left, right. Try and get the exit speed by running it around the outside. And then go wide again. And put your foot down. Get a really good exit, once again out of the corners. Brake really late, get it sideways on the brake. And that really helps to rotate the car, I think, just by slamming on the brakes. I really just went full send in this quali, as you can probably tell by like my driving. Because I knew I'd already won the championship, and I was like, I wasn't really bothered if I've qualified last and crashed, or, well, you'll see. But there wasn't too much in quali because I came out the pits first. So luckily I had quite a lot of space to myself. But I'll show you my best lap from quali. That was my quali lap. Quite good, as I kind of went full send and didn't really care much if I binned it or not. As you can probably tell by me like slamming it sideways on the brake, like there. It could have been slightly better, like at the hairpins, not going so wide. Maybe carrying a bit more speed through there. But yeah, I was really happy with myself, and actually that put me on pole position for the pre-A final, which you will see in a second. So instead of watching from the GoPro footage for the start of this race, let's actually watch from the outside POV from Jack Beasley's dad's phone, which was very nice for him to take a video. And you can see a massive horde of cars going down into turn 1. Has anyone spun out yet? I don't think so. Nobody's died just yet. And I think we're alright. We're still in P1, I think. Going very wide, and look at everyone going through there. See if anyone spins out. I think, oh no, there's one person that spun out. Oh, and he's spun out the other way. Oh, dearie me. Anyway, going through the left, right, the S's. George is right on our tail, and behind George is Frederick. He's had a great race today. Great start, great qualifying. Go through. George tries to go down the inside. I sweep around the outside, hold the position. And again, I get such a good drive from the outside of that corner. You see me, I just fly off. So I've got such a good drive out the corner. Go through here. George goes back down the inside. And I go very, very wide. And I hit the grass almost. I hit the grass and go really wide. And that's cost us the position on the first lap of the pre-A final. And I tried to overtake him back down the straight. And I think we got the move done as we switch over into on the kart POV, on the front of the kart. And we're in first, for now at least. But George seems to have some good pace. And we have to try and hold our position. And hopefully we'll be able to stay in front for a while. Hopefully. try and pull away, and there's a big water droplet stuck on the camera lens, which is quite annoying. And we're going to try and pull away as much as we can. And there's not really much to talk about when I'm in front and you can't really see what's going on behind. So quite annoying. So yeah, I might switch over to the. Oh, and I go wide. I hit the curb quite a lot there. As soon as I say there's not much to talk about, I go almost flying off the circuit and almost go like into the barrier on the outside the circuit. Go into here, middle-ish of the track. Be very gentle on the power. This car didn't really seem to have much grip at all, really. So we go through into hairpin 2, get the outside, get the grip, and then turn back. That was a lot better than last time. Really got good exit speed, and then fly all over the red paint, which is very slippy. Through the left right, really flicking it through here. Kind of missed the curb, which sends us out quite wide. Middle-ish of the track here. Maybe a bit of a tap of the brake if it doesn't turn. I think we're good. Flick it in here again. Kind of went a bit defensive there, so maybe George is quite near to us. But yeah, I'll leave you with the onboard footage. So here we go, final lap of the race, and the camera seems to have got very foggy and a bit tilted down as well. George has been on a tail basically all race, and this kart just seems to be sliding quite a lot, and I just can't really get to grips with it. So final lap now, we're still in first, go through the hairpin, go quite wide. We still get quite a good exit from the grip on the outside. Go through the left right. Again, go quite wide. And I go onto the red. It's not very good this lap, as you can barely see the track as well. This is literally what it looked like inside of my visor. I couldn't see a thing. And I go wide again. Oh, George is down the inside. And I go across the curb and try and keep it around the outside. Bit of contact, but I'm trying to hold it round the outside, and I get it done round the outside of him up towards Cafe Curve for the final time. I think I've got past him, and that is going to be a very exciting last lap and a pre-A final win. Lovely job. So here we are for the A final again. Let's look at it from the outside view, and I get a good start being pushed along by Ruben. George, I think, gets a slightly better start, and he goes to the outside. But I've held P1. I've actually got a really good run out of that first corner, it looks like. Going into the first hairpin, and see what happens. It looks like someone's spun or something on the first corner. Not very good for them. And George and Ruben are still right on my bumper. And I get a good exit out of hairpin 2, it looks like. And try and fling it through the left right of the S's once again, launch over that curb and get the grip. And look at everyone going down the hill. And there's Jack Beasley, and he's having a good race as well, sitting in the midfield, trying not to get spun out. But there I am, still in the lead. Got a really good exit out of that bottom corner every time, because I would go really wide. And let's see if I make the same mistake again. No, luckily I don't. I don't go to the outside, and I don't make the same mistake once again. Luckily, I've held P1 this time, unlike last time where I lost the lead on the first lap. So we launch over that curb, going cross the start finish for a first flying lap in the A final. Again, taking this weird triangle line. It was kind of, it wasn't drier, but like there was less puddles everywhere. But it still felt about as, oh, that's not good. And I go flying off the track, and I hit the red stuff on the outside. That is not good at all. So that is not good at all. As we go through the left right once again, we need to get these positions back. I mean, we don't need to, but it'd be quite nice to finish the season on a high. I'm looking and seeing what George is doing to keep up. As you can see, I'm a lot quicker around that bit down at the bottom, that very bottom corner. Up at Gardner, it looked like I was losing a bit of time. He goes a lot closer to the inside, and I try and like hang around the outside. And he gets such a good exit out of there. You can see how much he just pulled away from us, just in that few corners. But we're really, really good through that final corner, and we get such a good exit every time out of the final corner. We absolutely launch the curb, giving us all the grip we need. So going through into the hairpin, braking late, and we've already closed up to George so much. And this is hopefully going to be a more exciting race than the pre-final. And I'm trying to get the switcheroo, and it does actually work sometimes. It's quite grippy on the inside, and you can see George takes a much shallower line through there, like he goes a lot closer to the wall, and there again he goes a lot closer to the apex. And then I go wide and try and get a cut back. You see how much I gain, and then again putting my foot down super early. But George got a slightly better run that time, I think, than us. We can always brake a little bit later than him. We're going to try and follow him through here, and it seems to actually be quite grippy that way, taking it like that. Again, he gets such a good exit out of there. I'm not sure how he really did it. But we're so fast around this final corner, we should be able to gain back. And then we get such a good run out of there. Going down into the first corner once again, turning in. trying to follow George as much as we can. We can brake much later than him though, which is good. But he goes to the inside for most of these corners and he tries to like get a switcheroo. Not switcheroo, but like he kind of goes in shallow and then he gets a good exit. As we try and go wide. But we've lost quite a bit of time on this lap. Hopefully we can gain it back. And yeah, I'll leave you to watch for a few minutes and laps or whatever. As you can see, we've actually closed up quite a lot. It took us quite a while, but we have closed up quite a lot to George in front of us. We're quite a long way ahead of everyone else in this race. I think Ruben might be behind us having a battle with Miles. I think Miles actually had a leaf go through his visor, which was very unfortunate and caused him to spin. So that's very unfortunate for him. But luckily, I don't think we get any leaves in our helmets, so I think we'll do alright. So going through, going down, we're really close to it. Oh, we're going to go for it, we're going to go for it. Into the bottom corner. George is going to try and hold it around the outside, and he's actually in front of us, but he's not going to hold up the inside. And we're going to send it down the inside and try and cover it off. And he tries to go for a switchback, and we cover him off again quite nicely. And we've made the move into first place in this race. And I think there's only a few more minutes of this race. So hopefully we can hold him up for the last few minutes. And hopefully we can take the win and the championship title home with us today. there we go. Final lap of this race. It all comes down to this. If I take my final win in the Super Cadets of this season, hopefully I will, but let's see. Going through here, and we get a good exit out of hairpin 2, really good exit. I'm going to switch to the out, not on the kart footage. You can see we're flying through here, but we've got a back marker in front of us, so hopefully he doesn't spin or something, otherwise that might ruin our race. As you can see, we are gaining that back marker quite a lot, and there he is, the back marker. We're really close, we're really close. And George, we've actually pulled quite a big gap on this final lap from George. I'm going through here, up to Cafe for the final time this year. And the back marker gets out of the way, thank you. And we win! We win the final round, and the Rory is ecstatic. Our best fan is amazed. And I'm super happy with that. As you can see, I'm drifting the car all over the place. Super happy with that. And you can see people there. I think that was Ellis Cox just going by. Still haven't finished the race yet, and I'm super happy with that. P1 for the final round of the season, and I'm super happy with that. And that wraps up the championship. Thank you so much for watching this video. And yeah, thank you for all the people I've met, thank you for all the friends I've made this year at Club 100. Thank you to all the staff, doing an amazing job with the karts and keeping everything on schedule. Right, on to next year. I will see you all next year, hopefully, for another new round, for another new season for Club 100 in the big karts, junior Rotax, not micro racks, junior Rotax, with almost double the horsepower, with more than double the horsepower. It's going to be fun. Until then, goodbye.
And with that, the 2022 season comes to an end. Good night.
When she was just a girl, she expected